Yo, what's up? So last night, while the rest of y'all were fucking sleeping, and by the rest of y'all, I mean me, because I was asleep, because I thought no more NBA news was happening yesterday. Alright? I recorded my last video probably 8, 9 p.m. I was like, alright, Chris Paul got traded to the Suns. I saw the Robert Covington trade go down to the Blazers, but I was like, that's not a big deal. I can make a video about it tomorrow. But no, while I was fucking asleep, like a fool, the fool I was, I thought that trades were done, and the Milwaukee Bucks decided to call me a fucking moron and just go bananas last night, and they traded for Jrue Holiday and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Okay? Good grief. So let's start with the really minor trade, alright? Robert Covington to the Portland Trail Blazers for Trevor Ariza and 2 firsts. If it wasn't official that the Rockets were rebuilding before, I think it's official now, alright? All the rumors about Harden and Westbrook, we're going to have to take them seriously from now on, because if they're willing to trade Covington for Trevor Ariza and some firsts, then they are clearly done trying to contend, alright? For the Blazers, I think this is a fantastic move. Robert Covington is the perfect player for that team that had no fucking wing defense, because the Blazers, I don't know what their management was thinking last season when they traded all of their good defenders, but they did, and now they finally have one in Rocco. He's a great modern-day 4 or 3, depending on where you want to play him. Perfect fit for that team, alright? Rockets got back 2 first-round picks. We're going to be seeing James Harden and Russell Westbrook move sometime during this season. I don't know when, but sometime for sure. Although the Nets have said that the Rockets have said that they want Kyrie or KD in return for Harden. So, don't know if that's going to happen. Not sure how that's going to work out. Probably not. Although if the season goes on and they don't get a better deal, I would still not be shocked if he gets traded to the Nets. Anyway, on to the Bucks. These were some rough trades, alright? The Milwaukee Bucks traded for Jrue Holiday, and in return they got the Pelicans in return got Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and 3 first-round picks. That's a pretty solid trade for both sides, I would say. That sounds, 3 first-round picks plus Bledsoe and Hill sounds slightly overpaid for Jrue Holiday, even though he is very good. But I think it was absolutely worth it for the Bucks, who desperately needed to get away from Eric Bledsoe and just the shit he is in the playoffs, okay? Jrue Holiday is pretty much just a better Eric Bledsoe, in my opinion, and he's better in, every way. He's a significantly better passer and playmaker. He's about the same level defensively, I would say, but better passer and playmaker, maybe a slightly better shooter, although he's very inconsistent. But the main thing is, Eric Bledsoe becomes, I can't even think of a good comparison. He's like a really poor man's Russell Westbrook, where he just gets so much worse in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Jrue Holiday gets so much better. I will say this till the end of time. Anthony Davis was not the best player on the Pelicans in 2018 in the playoffs. It was Jrue Holiday, okay? If you look at the stats and you look at the impact, Jrue Holiday was better against that sweep against the Blazers. It was Jrue Holiday, alright? Not that Anthony Davis was bad in that series. He was amazing. But Jrue Holiday was definitely the best player in that series. And he consistently plays great in the playoffs throughout his career, even though there's not a ton of appearances to go off of. This is just a huge move for the Bucks, okay? This is somebody who will take a little more pressure off Giannis and will just be very good for this team and succeeding in the playoffs. Their other big move, the Bucks also got Bogdan Bogdanovic from the Kings for DiVincenzo, Ilyasova, and DJ Wilson. As a Sixers fan, this hurts me, and this makes me scared, because the whole deal with the Hield trade was that the Kings were going to have to choose between Buddy Hield and Bogdan Bogdanovic. And, I thought they were going to keep Bogdanovic and trade Hield. Now they've traded Bogdanovic, and I don't know what to think. It's still very possible Hield wants out, because he seems to just have some real issues with that team and that organization, and I feel like he's still going to want out of there. but it does make me worried that maybe the trade won't happen. At least not as soon as I hoped. So that worries me. But for the Bucks, this is great. All right, DiVincenzo is a very good young player. Ilyasova is a good role player. DJ Wilson is whatever. He's minimal depth. So good pieces, but I would say getting them for Bogdan was probably worth it, just because he's a better player than any of those guys were. Definitely a better starting shooting guard than Wesley Matthews was last year, and the Bucks have just really upgraded their guard position. Going from Eric Bledsoe and Wesley Matthews to Bogdanovich and Jrue Holiday is huge for this team. This is the Bucks have legitimately gotten better, all right? And I think this is all pushing for Giannis to sign the Supermax, which I would be very surprised if he does not do. Absolutely shocked if he does not do, all right? Just anyone who still thinks Giannis is leaving this offseason, just get real, okay? He's not going anywhere. All right, Giannis is going to stay on the Bucks, and that's that. All right. However, the Bucks have gotten way better right now. They could still make more moves. Realistically, they've got a couple. They traded a lot of picks to the Pelicans, but they've got they could do something else. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But man, the Bucks, they're looking stacked now. I'm once again scared of them. All right, I figured they would make some moves this year and they'd get better. There are some people who've already written them off as contenders for this season, and that's just absolutely idiotic to me. Okay, if you're an Eastern Conference team, you should be scared of the Bucks this year. They're still going to be really good, and Giannis is going to improve because he improves every year, and the dude's still not in his prime. So, Bucks are going to be damn good this next season. So alright, this is my second video on the trade season this season. If you enjoyed watching, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you didn't catch the first video of this, which released, I don't know, probably like an hour before when this one's going to come out, please go and check that one out too. I'd appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel, blah, 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 blah. Have a good one, people.